We want to go now to Florida and CBS News national correspondent Mark Strassman, who is standing by in St. Augustine. Mark, it looks pretty sunny.
Good morning, Margaret. It does, but here's what people here remember besides all this picture-perfect weather for this weekend. 3 years ago, Hurricane Matthew, another Category 5 storm that came up off the coast, hit here. This entire area was underwater. On top of that, the National Hurricane Center has a warning for all the amateur storm trackers who live here. A Florida landfall is still a distinct possibility for Dorian. So the blue skies look reassuring, but for how long?
As Dorian appears to track northward, Floridians wondered whether to breathe a sigh of relief. After days of dire warnings, hurried preparations, and last-minute stockpiling, coastal residents know better than to completely relax. Dorian's heavy winds and coastal flooding are still potential threats, as Florida Governor Ron DeSantis reminded them.
So Floridians on the East Coast need to be prepared. If you have a plan, stick to your plan. If you haven't made preparations, please do so. We need to remain vigilant. We're not out of the woods yet.
Even if Dorian's physical damage ends up being less than expected, its menace has already been costly. Businesses lost millions when tourists fled right before Labor Day weekend, leaving empty beaches and stores. Airport closures and canceled flights will prolong the losses into the week ahead. Utility crews from the north are already en route to Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas to help with any power outages. But fewer than 200 miles off the Florida coast, the northern Bahamas are finding themselves not so lucky. A Category 5 storm now bears down on them. The islands of Abaco and Grand Bahama sit squarely in Dorian's path. Residents were stocking up and boarding up in anticipation of a direct hit.
Southeast coastal U.S. states know they could still be in the bullseye. South Carolina's governor has declared a state of emergency. Georgia and North Carolina are tracking the storm closely. Dorian remains a menace. Margaret?
Mark, thank you.